It lags so bad this way. Pop hadn't even, or the chat hadn't even showed up. There it is. Lags so bad this way. Why are you not paused? Hey, Frank and Sasquatch and chewing up Dan. It's Bigfoot's. Pretty sure it's Bigfoot's. Not. We had a slow, steady rain. Wait, when did it start raining yesterday? 6:37, and then it rained most of the night. And then the sun came out this morning, and there was no wind. It was a sauna out there. I literally couldn't breathe outside for the humidity. It was murder. Oh, muggy for sure. My son gets this catalog of, oh, look, cool stuff. And then he leaves it here. And I don't have any money. I can get a gas mask. We found a stash of Russian military surplus gas masks for only $14.99. And there's some kind of fancy dog leash thing. Stuff. I hadn't looked at this one yet. It just came in yesterday. I wasn't planning on one of these. I was going to do one yesterday, but the storm started and the power wouldn't stay on. So, ooh, little spears. You can take survival to the next level. Ooh, stainless steel plates. Oh no, I actually found something. It's too small. Dang it. Trying to get out of making myself a man person. Kind of looked at some, but those satchels and stuff are crazy. The ones that are well made are like stupid expensive, and they're too heavy. They're too well made. I mean, why would you want your satchel to weigh 5 pounds? I mean, if your satchel weighs 5 pounds, then you put 5 pounds of gear in it, you're carrying 10 pounds. That's just crazy. See, we're at our average right for this time of the year, but the 4 inches that brought us up to our average all came in 45 minutes. So it didn't stay around. Literally, the bar ditches are all standing tall and hay, but that's the only place there's grass growing. The water didn't, I mean, it took the soil out of out of all the fields and stuff. They've already condemned all the crops here. There won't be anything planted this year. Some of the guys will put in some hay and stuff. It's not like back in the day whenever they would get their crops condemned or whatever, and they'd go out and they'd put in Milo or Sudan or black-eyed peas or something. Just something to have on the soil to keep them blowing away. They don't do that anymore. Diesel's too expensive. Yeah, y'all need to watch your subs or whatever. Actually, those of you who care, some of you don't care. But since I got past the 800 mark or whatever, I've been watching. They'll go up and down, and I'll lose 3 or 4 a day. I'll gain 2 or 3, lose 3 or 4, and a few of my subscribers are actually notable channels, and they're the ones that disappeared last time. And I emailed them, and they were like, "No, we didn't unsub you," and they comment on my stuff all the time. So it's not like. I thought it was just, people who were inactive on your channel, they would unsub them. YouTube's just unsubbing people from other people's channels for whatever reason. I don't know why. And I don't get it, because you got guys out here with, 10-minute long videos of dogs doing stupid stuff, or videos of stuff that somebody created and put on another platform that these people have stolen, recaptioned, and re-narrated and posted as their own on YouTube. When they got 200, 300,000 subscribers, and 1 million views on somebody else's work. That's okay. I think if you can break the 1.5K, I think you're okay. That's what they're trying to do. I mean, I'm not monetizing. I don't know if I will monetize, because I mean, they're gonna not suitable for ads everything I do anyway, because I don't know how to bite my tongue. So, well, I know how to. I just don't see any real reason for the discomfort. Ain't me silly. But say what you're gonna say. Not a lot, Chipper. We're just yakking. I'm just reading comments, and we're just talking back and forth. This is a real well thought out live stream. It's Sasquatch's idea. Did you see Brian? No, I did not. I didn't even know to see Brian come in. Oh, Murloc. Oh, 2,500 for your dog? Dude, I'll pray for your pup. When I was younger, I used to tell people I would never spend money on a dog at the vet. God, I wish I had all the money I'd spend on a dog at the vet back. I'm not even going to confess to the number, but it's a truck. Cookie, Frankie, Hyde. Enos. God, how much did we spend on Enos? Floppy. Floppy was actually cheap. Maybe we should just do cats. Dude, you love your dog more than I love mine. But, and I understand, y'all don't hate me or unsub me for this, but, you know, I was raised to view dogs and cats way differently than most folks. I love both of them. Love dogs, love cats. I'm allergic to cats, so I don't allow them to live in my house. I always seem to wind up with 2 or 3 of them around. But dogs and cats fall into the same category as hogs and cattle. Just they're a tool, useful livestock, maybe ranked up closer to horses. But stops doing its job or becomes a danger, it's just the way I was raised. Well, I do that. He's actually had one planned for last night, but the weather knocked me out of that one. No. We always laugh about eating cats, but just be aware you need to make sure they're cooked well. But
this cat's too skinny.
Yeah.
I'm good to try to eat her.
Yeah, they are prone to parasites.
Grilled cheese?
Grilled cheese sandwich and a cup of tea. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I like hot tea. I drink hot tea in the morning if it wants a pain in the butt to me. Can't drink it at night because it keeps me up forever. All right, Uncle Dan. You're funny, dude. Don't knock your teeth out with that little shotgun you keep playing with either. It's someplace they used to eat over there. These guys are salties. They from across the water. Is this the glass blower, Chipper? Okie Rob's a new one, I think. Ah,
Oh, our nephews are that way.
that's the way our nephews are. They're like, when one of them
That was
just,
a good son.
oh,
Kane said, talk to you later, Will.
hey, okay, okay. And thanks for going back and watching all my old videos, or some of my old videos anyway, brother. I appreciate that. He commented on video I put up a year and a half ago this morning.
I like it.
You're, you one of those guys. But there's always 2 or 3 of those in the room. There'll be like 6 or 7 people chatting it up over here, and I look over there, 20 people in here. No, who's not talking? So, and then you find out guys are, listening in the background, and I'm like, why would you sit there and listen to me randomly squirrel off on comments in the chat room? But I do it, so.
I was hiding behind
He was hiding behind Squatch.
That'd be pretty easy.
That'd be easy to do. Has anybody seen the video of the Sasquatch ripping the tree up out of the ground and chunking it at the construction workers? Has anybody seen it? There's a guy on here, Bob Gillum, and he does Sasquatch videos.
Oh, and hey, Wes. Okay.
Hi, Riverbend. Anyway, this Bob Gillum dude, the way he presents his Sasquatch evidence, I'm so a Bigfoot believer. I always thought it was like cool. Yeah, that would be cool if it happened to be true or whatever. It's possible. Never say never. I mean, they always finding a new kind of butterfly or fish or cricket or something. Oh, look, a new kind of lizard. I mean, new monkey, possible. And then this guy starts talking, and I'm like, okay, yeah, so they're there. They had it coming. Was that you, Sasquatch? Dude, this thing, you can barely see it because it's foggy. And the guy's doing the whole phone upright thing instead of sideways and not zoomed in because the guys talking. What's that guy? Oh, they were like, what's this guy's problem? They were calling it a guy, and then you hear him say, "Did he just throw a tree at us?" And the guy doing the video zooms it in, and you can see this big hulking. I mean, it looks like a man standing there, wearing like a black coat or whatever. It reaches over there and it grabs a tree and hurls this thing 60 foot in the air and 60, 100 foot across the ground, about half the distance to them. And I mean, it's a sapling, or not a sapling, but it's a small tree. I mean,
look up the Oklahoma, big place with Sasquatch. Guys that got it public.
I've never seen one. I've never seen a footprint. Never heard a howl that made me scared or nothing like that. But I'm a Sasquatch believer. Hate me. there's no doubt in my mind that them guys are out there somewhere. We just, so there's something else to worry about if SHTF happens is, are we going to be able to hold our own against monkeys that can scream and cause us to go paralyzed and blind? Y'all know tigers can do that? Tigers have the ability with their roar to cause their prey to freeze in place for a few seconds from fear. It's actually a scientifically proven thing that they do. They can emit a certain sound wave that goes directly into the brain and just causes fear to overtake their prey. That's not cool. Do I? Dude. I slam the windows on the deer blind if a bobcat walks by.
Thank you, Oki.
On New Day. Yep. Try to say my grandfather's name. That's not going to happen. Yeah. I was okay with my mom was yelling at me. It was when she spoke my first and middle name.
That's why I prefer flight or fight with freeze instead of now.
Yeah. But the tiger has the you have to go watch Bob's video, Bob Gillen's video. I forget what it's called, but they have the ability with the sound that they can generate in their roar to make them jump right past flight or fight to the freeze. And the animal doesn't choose to freeze. The sound actually triggers a part of the brain which causes them to freeze. They actually lose motor control. It takes you right straight to the fainting goat syndrome. And I go laugh and run off and just accept the swats or whatever when I'd get caught whenever mom was yelling, because if she was yelling, she was just a little ticked off or aggravated. But you knew you stepped over a line whenever it was quiet, stern in your whole name. Now, I tried to run one time really, really, really far because she said all three of them, and I was pretty sure I was going to die. The running made it worse. Hey, Dash out. Well, what's his name? Survivor Man. He's a Sasquatch hunter now. We're talking about Sasquatches. Sasquatch. Jeez. Bigfoots. We're talking about Bigfoots. Oh. You got a tiger in your basement with you? Savage? He just wants your picture, Sasquatch. Don't worry about it. He's a nice guy. The simple fact that Les Stroud walked out of that jungle and said, you know what, y'all people can take this show and stuff it. You know, just prove that the guy's not an idiot. The things that different primates use or whatever, and Bob stops just short of saying that it's that they're not monkeys, that they're actually human. He stops just short of it. He leaves that up for you, but you know, when hunting Sasquatch, he cautions you in that you might not be hunting a wild animal. You may actually be hunting a sentient animal with an appreciation for art, a understanding of family, and the ability to communicate in a known language. So, yeah. Hoop will sneak in. My backup is in there making her a sandwich. Thank you, Hooples.
Know that these weenies that are frozen in the freezer are babies. Can I have one?
Yeah. I mean, they were in Donner. I froze them because they were in the truck for a couple hours, but they should be fine.
What?
They should be fine.
Do what?
I just threw them in the freezer because they'd been in my truck for a couple hours. I mean, they weren't like on the dash or nothing. They should be fine. Make two. I'll eat mine first.
I'm not gonna make it. I want a frozen one.
You need it frozen, then it'll be fine. It'll be just fine. I forgot about that part. So if it's mystery meat from now on, we just freeze it, and then we know the wife will eat it. Who likes frozen bananas besides me? Those are hard to eat, but they're good. What are we talking about? Oh, Civil War. I ain't worried about no new Civil War. And if they want to go frog, let them, because we'll walk all over them. I do not like the fact that we are now surrounded by socialist liberal countries. I really don't like that. I mean, we've got communist China on one side, socialist Europe on the other side. To our north, we have Canada. To our south, we now have Mexico. We are officially surrounded. I don't really like that part. But everybody keeps talking about this Civil War stuff, and everybody's like, "Oh, we'd take them," and blah blah blah. The thing about it is, if goes to civil war, we will be invaded from everywhere. Pull up Google Earth and look at Texas. All right. Within 24 hours of a civil war breaking out in the United States, everything south of Temple, Texas, and everything south of the I-20 corridor will become the property of Mexico within hours. They will take the entire southern part of Texas back. If we're lucky, Texas will be able to shut them down at that corridor because it'll be really hard to move north from there. But they are already so entrenched with so many peoples already here that, I mean, they'll just own that. I mean, it'll be a bloodbath, but and I don't know if Canada would come north or if they'd come across. Civil war would cause us to lose Alaska. There's too many resources in Alaska just to leave it sitting there. There's a country that would really like to have it back. They regret having sold it when they did. Hey, Sergeant Smith. Then in, what do you call it, to aid in our restabilization, I believe Canada would make the same move across Maine, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Michigan. Chances are fairly decent. Well, they don't really have the means to come down through Montana and Wyoming. They've got a bit of population over in Oregon and stuff, but I think Oregon and all that, even though it's a port place and you've got this and that, there's no actual resources around Oregon. I mean, I've been there. The better part of the coastline is, you got little pocket farms of strawberries and stuff like that. But the ground's unstable.
Yeah, you gotta remember the U.S. probably cannot Canada very largest.
Yeah, but who are you going to shoot at? The guy that you're working with or barbecuing with or whatever from work that you've known for 10 or 15 years. How do you know he's I mean, you're not going to know he's a Mexican sleeper until it's too late. Just, oh, bro, you see what's going on? You're not going to see it's coming. And, yeah. Hey, guys. I like the Sasquatch talk better. I'm not worried about Civil War breaking out because it would be stupid. I mean, just like last time, nobody won that. It completely destroyed. Well, think about it. Our country is working pretty good, getting stronger and stronger, and a lot of people's lives are getting better and better. And I know, big debate and stuff, and I'm definitely not pro-slavery or anything like that. But it was on its way out. There were Okay, why did you forget to go to sleep? Anyway, uh, all it did was change the political or the way the country was done politically. There for a little bit, there was a chance it was going to become better, but then the Democrats won a lot of elections all the way up through uh, the 40s and 50s. And well, our country's been declining since that war. Not been getting better, it's been declining. I mean, that's the deal. I mean, and nobody's going to be organized. It's not. Everybody's like, oh, it's the biggest army in the world. Just because you got a gun, don't mean you're in the army. Uh, it's you're not part of the militia because you have an ACAC. Okay.
Right. Our largest untrained army is trained.
Yeah. If you are a member, and this is, if there's no reason why every adult male over the age of 17 is not, there's no reason, a member of the militia. And as a member of the militia, you take 2 weeks every 6 months and you go to training. You're expected to get your happy butt out of the basement, stop eating the donuts, stay physically fit, maintain your weapon, understand the chain of command, and have the ability to drag your wounded buddy's butt back to where the medic can safely close up this artery spewing blood out of his arm. Being wearing green or gray or black and carrying a tactical firearm does not make you a militiaman. I'm missing something in the chat order.
Right. And somebody said the Democrats are crazy because they act like they have nothing to do. Actually, they're crazy. Kind of thing. FBI caught in Cleveland.
Well, there's no way the blue part of the state can sustain themselves. They couldn't do it. There's no. I mean, the Civil War. I mean,
they
it's
have nothing to lose.
just their lives. I mean, the thing about it, the Civil War won't happen until the Dems win an election. Now, if Trump gets voted out this coming term, and there's a Democratic president or commander in chief who can mobilize the army to help stabilize, but then still, I mean, there's only so many of them. I mean, they can't do everywhere. And the guys the enlisted guy's going to have to do what he's told, or he's going to get shot. All, I mean, I think they got rules that say they can like put you in jail or worse. That's what they're trying to do. That's true. Yeah, what y'all call conservatives up there in Canada, we call libertarians down here hooples. I'm just saying. There are still Democrats that get what democracy's about, but they're still pain in the butt. They don't, and people these things, smartphones and apps and Google and Bing and Bink and Blink and Blonk and all them other little things we all play with.
Well, just like the stupid people here in this town, the first rumor they heard about the Kinder Morgan stuff, they ran with it. They have no data to back it up. None.
They're suing themselves.
Yes. There's no data to back it up.
And the lawyers are going to make out like a freaking like thieves, and they're going to have nothing. They're suing.
They're getting 40% if they ever win.
Yeah.
If they win, they get 40%. The entities get 16%. And then they've got to turn around and pay for our lawyer. The first bill we got from the lawyer was $8,000.
Yeah. I mean, it's stupid. But
they believe the first thing they were told.
Yeah.
They will not listen to the data and the facts that we have. They're going off the
rumor that the lawyers started. But your apps and stuff, you want your app to work. So when it tells you have to agree with this before, you don't who has read the terms of use and everything on the apps, or who just clicks the box and hits agree? Because you don't care. You want your stuff to work. Hey, Steve. Plain and simple, we all want our stuff to work, so we don't care what we have to agree to. I'm seeing more and more guys that still have their old Samsung flip phones running, and they don't even have an iPhone or an Android or any of the other smartphones. And you ask them why, and they say, well, because I'm not going to click the box. You're like, well, that makes sense. My computer asks me every day to update. I don't. And then there's sometimes it tells me, okay, your computer will not run until you let us update. I mean, I don't have the right to control how my operating system operates.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And it's, it's like the little girl prays to God, I want a pony. God says no, but I want a pony. God says no, I want a pony. God says no. Keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. Finally, God gives her the pony. She's horribly allergic to horses. She dies in, epileptic shock. And the horse gets put to sleep. There's a reason for no. All right, one of you blue guys. This is a weed-free zone. Thank you. I'm gonna go get me a cup of coffee. Hey, Al. I mean, and it's a free country. Y'all can believe how you want and think how you want or whatever. But if y'all want to promote or argue that stuff, cool. Please go. Yeah. Those would work pretty good. You know, he's smoking. What did you see the not is it? It was on the Discovery Channel. It's the stupid way people die or something like that. The guys were out there trying to find some. They were testing all the different plants to see. So they smoked the one nettle plant or whatever, and inhaled the poison into their lungs and died. Anyway, what I was saying is, debate it on your own channel or debate it on one of the others. I'm against. You're not going to convert me. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the guys were idiots. Yeah. Oh man, I got it down. Yeah, and that's why I was like, oh, man, I don't care. Yes, it's called. Dadgummit, I know the word, but hydrodopoxia or something like that. Anyway, you can only drink so much water. Did y'all see the one where the guy's at the party and he's all like hitting on these girls and stuff, trying to be real smooth and random, most random way ever in the whole wide world to die. One of those meteors hits the deal, and a little pebble makes it all the way down to where he's standing. Bam! Goes right through his heart. That sucked. Yeah, you can drink salt water. Or the guy that got his face blown off by a bull snake. Or no, it wasn't his face. He got shot in the heart. That was his own fault. I mean, he put the gun down and it was not unsafe. Oh yeah, I saw that. If I had to do Sweating to the Oldies with Richard Simmons, I'd be swearing, Chipper. So I'm gonna go with that was a Freudian, not a autocorrect. Good night, Guns. Hey, got the receipt. They will be headed to you as soon as possible. If I have that thing with the zip code. How long have I been up in here? Gotta switch to the other thing so I can see how long I've been in here, guys. Hold on. No. Now you're not gonna tell me? You piece of junk. Sort of wish I'd have never figured out that this Google Hangout things for going live was so easy. This is like the easiest way to get on here.
Did y'all see Brock?
Ford Survival. No, I didn't see. I don't think I've got that channel. Hell, I'm not a ham operator. I'm in the reset. I'm going to move so far away from technology, it's not even funny. So, you know, I want light bulbs and stuff like that. I'm actually trying to get my hands on as many of the old incandescent 12-volt light bulbs that I can get. Do you have a link? Put a link to his channel, Dash. And Opals, that's Mrs. West is my third marriage, and the other two flat didn't work, mostly because the women were stupid and they didn't realize what they had. This time I married a smart one. Womp, womp, womp. But marriage is not a magical thing. Once you say the vows, it does not empower that ring to keep you bound together. It's not 2 rings to bind them kind of deal. It's not like that. That's what you get for marrying outside your species, Sasquatch. You're gonna have to find you one of them hairy-legged girls.
What's to call
them? We married the same woman. That's weird. Nah, I married outside my species the first time too. I married a Sasquatch. That's another reason I believe in them. That's something else. My first 2 marriages were to Amazons. I don't know what the deal was there. But I married one that was, well, they were both right at 5'10". Well, yeah, I could have told you that one. My second wife is actually battling, or my second ex-wife, gets confusing, is actually losing her battle with cancer right now, I think.
Jump off.
There's that too. Yeah, Sasquatch married a human, and I married a Sasquatch, and it didn't work out for either one of us. Hey, Brad, how's it going? Hey, did y'all see where Soul's garden got hammered? He lost his garden. I wish things had gone different between me and my last ex, because, you know, I never did learn to hate her. She got pretty good at hating me, though.
Figures. That's savage.
Ha ha ha, savage. You got a hail screen around it or something? Try joining a square dancing club, diggers. Those girls are light on their feet, and they got to be looking for something to do. They're in a square dancing club. Actually, that's like the most fun ever.
That scorching fat fingers, I guess, are having fun. But he can smell crap.
I crap. I crap. I crap to you too, Sasquatch.
Well, then we could be friends if Dash Up's going to just wear a coffee patch. I could find him.
Yeah. If it didn't take so long to get the coffee beans or the coffee plant growing, and the heat would kill them here, I don't think they could take the heat. I've decided that I'm going to quit smoking, even if I have to duct tape my mouth shut. I couldn't breathe. I went outside today and I tried to do a little work, and I couldn't hardly breathe. And that's nothing but these.
Dash Up's out.
All right, good night, Dad. Wow. Part timers. You're in Tennessee, right?
Oh, I thought he was up in the.
No, Sasquatch is. No, Sasquatch. Sasquatch is in Tennessee. Dadgummit. Good night, Brad. Okay.
As soon as you buy some land.
That's the. Whoa! What happened? Oh, I haven't moved the mouse in forever. Hold on. Are y'all back? Did I lose y'all? Okay.
Well, not yet. Yeah, it went dark, but it didn't go away.
Okay.
Had this deer in the headlight look.
Okay. We have family concerns which prevent us from leaving this area. So, until all the family concerns are rectified, we are trapped in the desert. And what was Todd Joe making this time? What was Todd Joe making this time? I found a tube with something taped to it. I don't even know what's under there. I'm probably afraid to.
No. We can go visit places we can't move.
Yeah, we've what part of the Ozarks you in?
One day I do want to move to Tennessee.
Yeah, we're gonna do a Tennessee Kentucky drive. We're gonna go back up. What I want to do is go back across. I want to spend a couple of days around or in on the Alabama Georgia line. I got family there that I want to reconnect with, and then I want to go. And from there, it's just it's a short drive north. You're in Alabama, right? Or it's really impossible for me to keep up with all this stuff.
Next trip, we gotta save money before we take the next trip. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
Thank you, Savage. We'll take it.
We'll take it. Our next road trip will be the two of us. It'll be
Diggers.
All right, diggers. Good night. Get you some sleep. We'll all be looking for you a girlfriend. I'm gonna try to find you a round one, because that would just be a really cool family picture. You, string bean, and then a round wife.
I like that. What is it?
Had a wife, good keeper. If he wasn't so far away, I'd give him Sanders' phone number. She'd do him right. A friend of mine from high school, she just lost her husband a year ago. She's like the sweetest human being ever. Well, yeah, she's probably the sweetest human being ever. She's mean, but she's the sweetest human being ever. night, Frank. I love that name. Is that your real name, Frank? I'm just asking. Or are you just like... Sandra? No, she's a short, fluffy... I don't know how to describe her. I love her to pieces. Yeah. Elle can change her name to Hot Lips Houlihan. Well, her big brother joined the priesthood. Her little brother is a professional farmer. No, ma'am. If I was in the mind to live dangerously enough to be all one of those full-blown Hebrew Israelite deals and give me a second wife or whatever, my other one would be Fluffy. That way I'd have one for summer and one for winter. I'm sorry, y'all. That was me. Fluffy. Oh. Didn't wash my hands after helping the goat escape from his entanglement. Oh, cracking my neck from reading all y'all's words over here. We drove through the entire state. Well, the better part of the state on a very meandering and casual drive of Arkansas. We were completely unaware that Arkansas possessed rolling hills and open to wooded country. There is a town that bears my first name that is actually rather amazing country. You could actually walk without having to climb a rock face. But property there is pretty expensive. All right, Savage, have a good night. Northern Missouri gets cold up in the wintertime. Yeah, so does Arkansas. That's a lot of people don't get that. I mean, it gets cold in the wintertime in Arkansas. And that would be the big climate shock for us. I mean, we get used to the humidity and such. But you know, those winters would be an eye opener. There's actually a valley up in Iowa. There's a little town in it called Lehigh. Y'all look it up. Lehigh, Iowa. What's beautiful, man? It's a beautiful town. Ain't nothing to do there, but it's beautiful. Well, all the deer we saw when we were in northern Arkansas were starved to death and looked like they spent every calorie they ate trying to get up them rock faces. Now, we did see some healthier ones when we got south, where they didn't have to climb all the time. And it's no jokes. The deer here are shorter, but they're beefier. Night vision and a crossbow. Gated communities. I thought we were talking about deer, not long pork. Ooh, is that the new code word for long pork? Democrat deer? I like it. Oh, I just invented me a new word. I think it already has a meaning, but I'm changing it. Denison. Or demison. Demison, the new word for long pork. Demison. It's democratic venison. I actually researched more of that stuff, man. Dude, it's crazy. There's people eating people all the time. So all you people that aren't buying into the whole cannibalism and SHTF, y'all need to wake up. Well, they didn't used to regulate hunting, and then they did. And so the deer population and stuff came back. The demographic or the ecology, the wildlife ecology is going to be greatly modified in a SHTF situation, post SHTF situation. Let's assume that it's not radiation, that there's no chemical, nuclear, or biological that destroys everything. Let's say it's a axis tilt or coronal mass ejection or something like that. And it just affects people to a degree. I mean, granted, the axis tilt would affect everything. But it's one of the things that's just going to affect people. Like that whole long-running ice age thing. The first thing that's going to happen is people are going to try to kill off all of the wildlife to have something to eat. They're not going to be successful because, most of the people trying to hunt animals don't have a clue and they're going to die. No, I didn't. Hey, Gray Man. I hope it's better than tofu. I hope it's easier to digest than their policies are. Anyway, we're going to have to deal with wild cattle. There are going to be animals escaped from the zoos and the rescues and stuff. I mean, these people that have these wild animal rescues and stuff, the trucks aren't going to be coming in. They're not going to be able to get the stuff to feed and care for these animals that they have rescue lions and tigers and bears. They've dedicated their life to keeping these animals alive. They're not going to euthanize them. They're going to open the cages. They're going to let the lions and tigers and bears go. The North American continent will be home to camels, elephants, wild horses, wild cattle, emu, ostrich, various sundry of African wildlife, rhinoceros. Hopefully none of the hippos get out. We'll have to learn to worry about snakes other than just rattlesnake, copperheads, cottonmouth. We'll have to worry about cobras and Australian browns and stuff. It's going to be a different world. So I don't think there's any way to know everything you need to know. Dogs. You'll have to worry. It'll be like Africa. You'll have to worry about whether or not it's... Because now you have to worry so much about wolves. Wolves are smart and they'll stay away from people. But dogs are dumb. And dogs aren't going to have the benefit of centuries of genetic modification due to, any wolf that was brave enough to come close to a human winding up dead. Now what you're going to have are dogs that aren't afraid of people, that don't, you can't go, here, puppy, 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 and, give them a hot dog and rescue them. That dog sees you as a two-legged deer. You're a demison. And that dog's going to eat you. And you're going to have all the different breeds of dogs breeding together and stuff. I don't think it's going to be whatever that one blue dog or the Ridgeback or anything. It's not going to be a breed of dog that takes over. All the dogs eventually will wind up looking like that breed from Africa or whatever. They'll be bigger than coyotes, smaller than wolves, and they'll have long, straight tails, medium length hair, varying colors, long snouts, big ears, sharp teeth, yada yada yada. There's not going to be packs of Rottweilers and packs of Chihuahuas and packs of Poodles running around. I hope there's not going to be any packs of Chihuahuas running around, because we're all going to be doomed if there are. See, I'm sweating this going to Canada thing, because I've got to fly into another country without the benefit of my God-given rights. And I'm going to walk around in another country all naked and stuff. We've got places here in Texas that I want to camp so bad I can't stand it. But getting the time and the money to go is different. I want to go to Brazos River Bend Park. Like crazy. I want to go to Copper's Cove. I used to want to go to England, but until they send everybody back to North Africa and the Middle East, I'm done. I've lost nothing there. I used to want to go to San Francisco. I'm not going. Uh, I had intentions of going back to Portland, Oregon, because it's beautiful up there. I'm not going. God willing, I never set foot back in Austin, Texas. Beautiful down there, but it's a different world. What are you sad about Sasquatch? Oh. Well, you're scared of boats. You'd always get a job as a merchant marine and work a freighter over. It's beautiful there, man. I absolutely.
Where?
Oregon?
Portland, Oregon? No, the park cars had moss growing on them. It was disgusting.
I was talking to Sasquatch. Not to you, you desert rat.
It was horrible.
It was not horrible. They're supposed to.
Horrible.
Green is life. Okay? The fact that there was green stuff, you could pick moss up off a rock and squeeze it into your water bottle. You said to get the bug out.
You could just scrape it off your car or the roof, even.
Yes.
It was everywhere.
It was 45 degrees and raining, and I wasn't cold.
It was horrible.
It was beautiful. See? See
what?
I'm talking to Sasquatch. And them.
Australia is dangerous.
And see, I wanted to go to, me and my brother actually both. I mean, that was like our bucket list destination was Australia. But I keep hearing bad things about it. Yeah. That's if we need to get some conservatives to move. And there are conservative artists. There are conservative ecologists.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yes. Well, I'm not going to I'm going to go visit Canada. But there's no way I'd ever relocate there because they have gun laws. So they're all slaves. The end. You give up your right to protect yourself, and you're now a slave. So. That's what they're trying to do here, and I don't want it. We're only a few miles from jumping on to the 66, I think. Oh, is your bedtime? It's your bedtime. It's my bedtime. Is there any coffee left? And don't let me sleep in anymore. I know. I wasn't saying you didn't. Hater of all things green and wet. Oh, Sasquatch leaving. You're welcome, Sasquatch. It was either that or go back to watching, what do you call it? Those computer-generated animation comedies. I've watched all of the If Animals Were Around things again. You've got it. Have y'all seen that? If animals were round? If you haven't, you need to. Bye. Yeah. And I'm not, for those of you across the puddles, not hating on your country, just for me, I couldn't do that. I wouldn't fit in. I'd be like the cat in the kennel with the dogs all the whole time I was there. Okay, start. Go ahead, El. Let me see if I know anything at all. Oh, that's just saying if I ain't up for it, y'all can answer. What is the question? Okay. L, is the question, can you use if you used your pool to capture your gray water, is there a way to make it safe for something else? Or are you talking about using the water from the pool that you store in your pool water for drinking and such? Because if you're worried about the salts and all that stuff that you put in the water to keep stuff from growing in it and everything, there shouldn't be enough to actually bother you. I would boil it. Boiling will get rid of like the chlorine and stuff. But the only way would be a filter, and you could you'd have to have a pump or a gravity feed system with a little bit of hydrostatic pressure, which means you'd have to have a long hose running to it from something elevated, which would require you to actually get up, lift the water to the point where it would run through. You can use a RV filter. It's a female connector going to the inlet, a male connector going to the outlet, and it will filter chlorine, salts, all that stuff out of the water. It will take 99% of the junk out. It's not small enough to catch, viruses and all the bacteria and stuff. I don't think that's not what it's for. But it takes tap water and makes it clean water. So if you can do that with tap water or well water, then it can do it with your swimming pool. Chances are the water from the swimming pool is going to stop it up faster. I've actually got a couple of videos out there showing the RV filter, the inline RV filter for filling your reservoir. They do 10 or 15,000 gallons of water. Can't remember the exact, and I could be wrong on that. But, and the more stuff that's in the water, the less gallons it'll do. So that would do it. And actually, if it's, a lot of people run their gray water into the same septic as their other water, and so you're wasting it. You can run your gray water through grease traps and baffle filters and put it into a pond or a tank or whatever, and that stuff could be used for watering your grass, all kinds of stuff. And then it takes a lot of work on your part, but you're not running perfectly good water to the sewage treatment plant. I mean, truth in advertising, none of our gray water goes in our septic. We water the grass with it, water the grass and the trees. I don't know if y'all have seen in the background, but my trees are all green around my house because they get water from the gray water. The thing about it is, some of the stuff they put in there is actually salts and stuff, and well, they're not poisonous, but I wouldn't want to have to drink pool water. I mean, that's why you always have to keep it on. You have to keep adding it because most of it will actually dissipate. So, there you go. But you can filter anything. When it got so dry around here, they were actually talking about buying the treated sewage from another town and pumping it into the public water system here. Yeah. I mean, they can't have you putting stuff in the pool that you don't want in your body because, I mean, you're going to be in it swimming. But it's just like anything else. If there's too much of it, if you had to drink a lot of, I mean, I'd rather risk maybe getting too much potassium or whatever they put in there as opposed to dying of dehydration. But the other, I mean, for $19, you can get 2 of those filters. And for $19, you've got a filter that will filter enough filters to filter that whole above ground swimming pool. And it's as simple as getting one of those 5-gallon water jugs and rigging it to where you've got a way to hook a water hose to the bottom end and take a bucket and pour water in the top end. And boom, you filter it. And you can pre-filter it. You can use, throw slow it down quite a bit, but you could probably, put a piece of a sheet or something down there on the bottom to catch all the bigger particles before they got into your filter and stopped them off. Apparently I need to, and that's something that I have to research a lot around here is water because, well, guess what? I mean, I live in a desert and water's rare. That's why it drives me nuts. I mean, the guy, they got a water well or a series of water wells 3/4 of a mile, and the guy's selling it to the oil field. He's dropping my water table here. We share the same aquifer, jerk faces. But he doesn't care. I mean, all he sees is the 25 cents a gallon. And y'all are like, 25 cents a gallon? That's not bad. You think about it. It costs him a penny a gallon to get it out of the ground. He's selling it for 25 cents a gallon. And every time a truck backs up there, they get 10 or 20,000 gallons. So, but it's not just his water. Anyhow, I'm going to get off of here. The missus is already in there with the door closed. It is 10:28, and I have to go to work. And so, appreciate everybody stopping by. Everybody else has already signed out. Yeah. So I am going to get off here too. It shows somebody stealing something out from under your ground, that's for sure. If you pull out of something, the surface of it will fill in the holes. Everybody's all, the volcano, how the crater keeps getting bigger in the top of the mountain or whatever, everybody's like freaking out. It's just because it's running down the side of the mountain. Calm down. It doesn't mean anything. That actually means that the pressure's relieving. That's all it means. Whenever it gets through erupting, it'll slowly fill it back up just like it did last time. Until it pokes a hole somewhere. Anyway, God bless y'all. Y'all still out. Don't die.